My first reaction was, this is not a good business decision because they're not going to get mandatory carriage. And by that I mean they're not going to be part of the basic cable package, I believe. You know, the hearings are coming up, but the CRTC's been very clear that it will only give basic cable and satellite place, pride of place, to people who are doing something in the public interest in Canada and are reflecting Canada. So I'd be very surprised if they get on the basic cable lineup. When you have media which appeal to a very focused demographic, such as the Business News Network, that's appealing to advertisers, and we've seen this again and again in a changing media market. Those focused demographics do attract advertisers. But if you start out by saying, our demographic is conservatives in Canada, now how big is that demographic? Nobody knows. How willing is that demographic to pay for cable fees? Because that will be the likely outcome of the CRTC hearings. So if people have to pay to watch a conservative station in Canada, how successful would that be? You know, we don't know, but my educated guess is that they'd be taking a risk. A lot of Canadians who are probably hungry for a conservative voice and feel that they're not served. And these are people who buy into the myth of the liberal media. And you can already see the reaction when you look on chat lines and people writing responses. There are a lot of people who are saying, this is great, I've been waiting for a conservative voice. I've done research here at Ryerson with a colleague, and what we found is that news directors, for example, when you ask them their voting intentions, they're directly in line with people in the general population. So there is no bias there. There's no bias among the people who are leading the media. And I know these accusations keep surfacing and they won't go away, but when you actually look at the empirical evidence, there is no left-wing media bias in Canada. I want to be reassured that when it comes to news coverage, they can uphold journalistic values, such as fairness and balance. I know they're talking about making the distinction between talk shows and news coverage, but I notice the people involved have a very strong conservative ideology. So if this is all about conservative ideology and it's not about good journalism, then I'd have concerns.